Hello gamers, and welcome back to another episode of Solo Spelunking. And I'm eager to get back to the gaming table because I want to continue and possibly finish, depending on how this goes, my current game of now called Streamlined Outlaws in the Outer Fringe, which is a Star Wars board game powered by the Streamlined Superheroes rules engine that you can pick up on Drive-Thru RPG. And I'm having a lot of fun with it. It runs like a breeze. The system is very smooth, and the effect die mechanic, I think, is a nice touch. So I'm really enjoying this, and I will continue, and hopefully this session goes a little bit better than before, because we are in bad shape. Nash is at 4 HP, Loola at 13 HP. Our ship is slightly damaged, that's alright, but we have 0 renown so far. We didn't accomplish a single thing. We failed at the job. Loola failed at gambling, and the enemy is already at 3 renown. And in this short game, I play until 6 renown. So we have one last hope, and that is we can hopefully collect a bounty on the military blockade planet of Kessel. I'm also not very rich at the moment. I have 2,400 credits. And I'm starting a new round with the optional movement phase. I'm torn because I'm going to a planet under military blockade, Kessel. So I'm thinking I might take some illegal cargo with me. I mean, if you go out, why not go out with a bang? Otherwise, but that means I also need to spend another round here, and every round, obviously, the enemy has a chance to also get renown, and I don't want to lose with 0 renown at all. So I think I make for Kessel and see how this goes. Okay, so we have a little talk. Well, so far we didn't have much luck on this planet here. And Loola goes, yeah, I agree. Maybe we need a change of scenery, and we should see if we can get this bounty as long as the information I got is still fresh and valid. Yeah, good point. So let's leave this planet behind. Maybe we have more luck here next time. So we launch, and Loola is doing her thing, trying to get us some extra hyperspeed. So she is using intelligence and systems operation. Intelligence and systems operation D8. Let's see. And the first check of the day, and I got a 3 on the D20 and a 2 on the effect die. So almost as bad as it can get. So we move an astonishing 1 hex, which means we have to resolve a deep space encounter with a D8. Alright, so Nash is flying, so I'm using the brown die. 1. Oh, that's one of the better ones, I think. Navigational hazard. Your hyperspace safety cuts in and throws you out of hyperspace as you encounter some navigational hazard, an iron storm, asteroids, a mass shadow. Dexterity piloting check, or suffer 1d8 points of damage. And if I have shields, I do have shields, they're not effective because they only protect against weapon fire during combat encounters. If you succeed, your ship suffers 1d4 points of damage. So if I fail, 1d8 points. If I succeed, 1d4 points of damage, unless And now the effect die mechanic comes into play again. Unless my effect die is 6+, in that case I do not take any damage. Alright, so hyperspace safety cuts in and throws us into an asteroid field. So there's this alert siren going on. We're dropped into hyperspace, and there's this noise as lots of tiny rocks splatter across our hull and our viewport. And Nash, he's got to do some piloting here. Come on, Nash. It's dexterity. Piloting effect die is a D12. Let's go, Nash. Yes, look at this. 10, which is a success, and 10 on the effect die, which means no damage. So very calmly and with a routine only hotshots pilots have, I navigate this asteroid field until we can re-enter hyperspace. And Loola, she uses this opportunity to recalculate our route. Let's see. Intelligent systems operation. Come on, Loola. 6 plus 2 is 8. No. So another... Oh, I forgot to rule for enemy renown, because we are in a new movement phase now. At the end of the round, enemy renown. End of last round, enemy renown. Luckily, no renown for the enemy, but still I can only move 1 hex. So we move 1, and again 3. A call for 8. The distress call where you can aid or assist with the repairs. So I'm going to once again let this one pass because Terrace is not that far away, and yeah, I want to get to Kessel fast. So again, and also I can't really afford to lose any more hit points in case the repair check fails. I mean, it's hard enough as it is with my... So both of me together, we got a total hit point value of 17. So let's see how this goes against the bounty. So we let this encounter pass. We ignore the distress call. We justify it to ourselves by saying, all right, so we're in between 2 trade hubs, Terrace and Bespin. There's a lot of traffic. Someone will probably pick up the distress call. So enemy renown, please not a 1 or 2. Of course a 2. So the enemy is already at 4, closing into 6. We haven't done a thing yet. So this game actually didn't go as planned. But hey, it's a dice game. So Loola again, trying to get some extra hyperspeed out of this old bucket. Let's... Oh, Loola. 7 plus 2 is 9. So once again, it is very, very difficult to roll a 10 with a d20 when you add plus 2. Okay, so again, 1 hex. Maybe those are the effects still of this asteroid belt there that we encountered. All right, enemy renown, I can't look. 3. Whew, lucky. Okay, no enemy renown. Again, come on, Loola. Loola. Yes, 14, and 3 plus 1, that is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is exactly what we need. So we finally make it to Kessel. And Kessel is a system under military blockade. Military blockade systems use their own encounter table for space and planetary encounters. However, they're actually only really dangerous if you are wanted. And as a reminder, you are wanted if you have illegal modifications on your ship, you carry illegal weapons or illegal equipment, which there are some things in this game that are illegal, or of course the biggie, if you carry illegal cargo or wanted passengers. So I'm not doing any of these things at the moment. I'm still below the illegal threshold regarding my ship modifications. So actually this should be a breeze. So space encounter first. Military blockade, space encounter. Nash is rolling a d8. 5. And that is of course the only encounter, I think, where it doesn't matter if you are wanted or not, because it is again a navigational hazard. On approach to the planet, you encounter some navigational hazard, an iron storm, rough weather in the atmosphere, debris from a destroyed ship, etc. Dexterity piloting check. If you fail, again, we take 1d8 points of damage. Again, shields are not effective. If we succeed, we suffer 1d4 points of damage, unless, again, the effect die result is 6+. So this is rough weather in the atmosphere. I mean, this is Kessel we're talking about. So we arrive in the system and we pick a path which is not really patrolled by the Empire. And the reason it is not patrolled by the Empire is because there's this more or less permanent area of heavy atmospheric disturbance, maybe some effect from the Maw cluster that is surrounding Kessel. So we gotta land and bring the ship down through this rough weather. So Nash goes, well, Loola, hold on. It's going to get rough. From what I pick up on the scopes, there's some heavy atmospheric disturbance coming our way. All right, so she goes, well, Nash, I have total confidence in your piloting ability. Well, Loola, I hope your confidence is not misplaced. I really appreciate it. So I gotta concentrate here for a while. All right, so she bends over and gives me a little kiss on the forehead and goes, for luck. All right, let's go, for luck. Yes, 12 and 9 on the effect die. So I managed to pilot the ship through the rough weather down onto the planet's surface, where we have to now resolve a planetary encounter, military blockade system, D12. 9 again, which is the military or imperial entanglements. A squad of X+1 stormtroopers, so here it says military shock troopers, but they're stormtroopers, is checking IDs, looking for wanted individuals. If we are not wanted, nothing happens. So we can just pass, and now we are in the action phase. So we resolved our 2 encounters because we traveled to a new system. We can take 2 planetary actions, and actually I'm thinking, but I don't think I have enough money. Let's check the gear section here. No, because I think I might get some armor, but I can't afford it, at least not for both of my characters. But Nash is at 4 hit points, so let me give you a short overview here of the equipment section, because usually, like Streamlined Heroes, it's all streamlined and cinematic. It doesn't really feature equipment, but in my game, or in this is, I would call it a plugin, expansion, or mod for Streamlined Superheroes. You need some stuff to spend your money on. So you can buy weapons, and weapons give a damage bonus to your effect die, which I think is also nice, because then you don't actually necessarily have to, let's say, waste one of your skills on combat if you want to like have more like a skill monkey type of character. if you don't have the skill, the effect die is a d4, but let's say you buy a blaster pistol for 750 credits, you would get a damage bonus of +2, so you would roll 1d4 but add +2 if you don't have a combat skill. So you would be somewhat effective in combat anyhow. Of course, this is added to any effect die, so you would be even more effective if you got an effect die of a d10 or d8, but you could get by playing a character with no dedicated combat skill, because there are no superpowers in this game actually, or obviously, so most of the things are skills you need for jobs or checks or encounters. So yeah, you can make a conscious decision to not take the combat skill, but with weapons you could still perform somewhat decent in combat. So this is but only for the players. The NPCs, I keep it simple, they just have their effect die. So then we have some weapons, however, that are illegal, like the sonic thermal axe, the heavy blaster rifle, or the repeating blaster. So if you have those weapons, you're always wanted if you carry them. And you can upgrade your weapons as well for some money if you got weapons. And I do have weapons. So Nash, he's got his DL44 blaster, which gives him +3 on the effect die in combat, and Loola has her plasteel combat staff and her normal blaster. I carried this over from the previous game, which gives her +2 effect each. So, but I didn't give him any armor. So in the D20 version, they had light armor. So here armor, a little bit different than in Streamlined Superheroes, where you add the effect die to your hit points, the maximum value of the effect die. Here armor, sort of like in Black Hack, gives you armor points, 4, 6 or 10, but heavy armor is illegal. You can also get this energy wrist shield, which provides also 4 armor points, and armor points are like shield points or temporary hit points. They are reduced when you take damage, and every damage after your armor points are depleted is then deducted from your hit points, and they reset between combats. So actually pretty neat. I gotta try this out some more, so I gotta play test this mechanics off camera, just rolling some combats, so because you can't in detail test everything during like 1 or 2 sessions. But maybe I buy some armor, I don't know. I could get light armor for Nash, so giving him 4 armor points that he desperately needs, because he is wounded and we don't really have the money to pay the doc. And medpacks are also like a gamble, because you got to make checks, and effect die would only be a d4. And you can get ship upgrades as well, and some personal gear. So we have medpacks, and you need medpacks to use the medicine skill to heal. So it's not enough to just have the medicine skill. The benefit if you have the medicine skill is that your effect die is higher, because you heal your effect die result in hit points. But for every medicine check, you need a medpack. It's a one-use item. It costs 500. And we have a security toolkit, which costs 5,000 and is illegal. And when you got a security toolkit, when you use the security system skill, which is used in some jobs, you roll the effect die with advantage, but it's illegal. So if you carry this, you're always wanted. Then maybe Loola should get a cheat ship. You roll the effect die with advantage in all gambling-related challenges. However, this is also illegal. 5,000 credits. Then we have the fancy luxury item. This is the item you can buy once per game, so limited to 1 item per crew for 10,000, which just gives you a renown. Basically, you can run renown, because you can afford to throw this money around on useless stuff. And you also have a standard toolkit, which you need to use the mechanic skill to repair hull points to your ship. But I don't have any of these yet. The only thing I carried over are the weapons, and I don't have any money. I just wanted to show you the gear section, and how this works. So, but yeah, I digress, like they say. I will use the first planetary action to go shopping. Nash. So Loola goes, well, Nash, you actually don't look too good. You took quite a beating in that Cantina brawl, and those Trandoshan claws, they really hurt you, I guess. You don't look too good. Maybe you should think about protecting yourself a little more. What do you mean? Well, I mean armor. And Nash goes, well, I don't like armor. It's heavy and you sweat a lot. You can't move around. I don't know. I'm not an armor guy. Yeah, but I know you like leather jackets. So what about a reinforced padded leather jacket? I hear there's some neat manufacturing techniques now that they can use where they have like this plastoid fiber sewn in between layers of leather and some energy absorbing padding. So it's a slightly heavier jacket, but it looks like a normal jacket. Yeah, well, this could be an alternative. Yeah, let's shop around. All right, so long story short, I use this. This is legal gear, and I'm not on an unremarkable dump, so I don't need to make any roll or check. I just buy it. So 1,500 from our pool money, leaving us with 900 credits in the bank. But Nash now has an armor jacket which provides 4 AP armor points, which are reduced before hit points are reduced. All right, so I try it on, and Loola says, well, it fits and it suits you. Actually, it looks pretty nice. And Nash goes, yeah, indeed. I can almost, or I almost don't feel it. There's not a difference, actually. Yeah, it's a little bit heavier, but that's all right. Yeah, so maybe that is something I should look into as well, but not for now. Let's see if the intel I got is still holding up. Yeah, let's do that. All right, so in the second action now, Loola's action will then be to fight our bounty target and collect the bounty, hopefully. So here you have to determine the level of the bounty or the quarry randomly. It is 1d4 plus 1. All right, so because it's the bounty, I'm using the red d4, and probably it'll be a tough bounty, but let's see. So 1d4 plus 1 is the level. Let's go. Yeah, of course. So it is 3 plus 1. The level is 4. And the bounty stats depend on the level. So it is 4. So the hit points are level times 7. So 4 times 7, that is 28 hit points. But that's okay because we are 2. 28 hit points. The attack bonus is plus level, so it is plus 4. And the effect die depends on the level, and for level 4 it is a d10 effect die. And the bounty is the level times 3,000 credits. So level 4, that is actually a 12,000 credit bounty. And Renown, level 4 plus. So a bounty level 4 plus gains you 2 Renown. So if we actually win this, we would go to 2 Renown. And we would be a lot richer. which opens up options. But first, we need to fight. Okay, so what could... you know what? Let's make it interesting because of those stats. The Quarry will be this Mandalorian gunslinger, but it's not Rhya Vess, the nemesis from my other game. So let's set a little scene here just for the fluff of it. So, and again, disregard. I'm doing it like this. Disregard the map. It's just the floor. So there's like a little intersection here, and there's our Quarry, and we come from this direction, spread out a little, and Loola goes, that's the Quarry. All right, and yeah, enough said. As soon as we encounter the Quarry, we spring into action. So Loola, she draws her blaster, moves forward a little to get a clear shot, and she goes first. So it is, her combat effect die is d6, but she gets +2 for her blaster, and it's a dexterity ranged attack, but her dexterity is only +1. So it's Loola, and she shoots. Come on, Loola! Yes, 13, and 4 + 2 on the effect die, that is 6. So that is 6 points of damage. Loola has acted. So she gets her blaster out. Pew! But the Quarry indeed wears a rare and strange looking armor. So the blaster bolt, it bounces off the armor, and she doesn't really know if there's an effect. So hit points go down to 22, 6 points of damage. And now the bounty hunter. The Quarry, excuse me, we are the bounty hunters. All right, so it is a d10 effect die and a +4 attack bonus. She shoots at Loola. And she goes, "You picked the wrong target, amateurs." And pew pew, with her 2 blaster pistols, she shoots. And that is a 9. That is enough because I add +4. Luckily, the effect die only shows a 4 as well. But Loola is only at 13 HP, so now she goes to 9 HP. But we still have Nash. So Nash also moves down here to get a clear shot and shoots with his DL44 heavy blaster. He gets a +3 on the effect die. Come on, Nash. +3 dexterity as well. Yes, 11 plus, that's a hit for 7 points, bringing the Quarry to 15 HP and ending the round. So immediately we start the new round. I go, you go. Nash will just shoot again. So it's basically like a double tap, pew, pew, with his DL44. Second shot. 7, but that's enough because I get +3. So I barely hit, but 10 is enough. And 3 on the effect die, +3 for the blaster, that is 6. So actually not too bad. The Quarry is at 9. Pew! But now it's the Quarry's turn. And I'm... Yeah, basically, I roll... who is attacked. 1, 2, 3, it'll be Nash, otherwise Loola. Let's just see who is attacked. 1, 2, 3 is Nash. Yes, so the Quarry shoots at Nash. +4 d10 effect die. Nash with his armor is at 8 HP, so she can take him out if she hits. And she does. 11 and 9 on the effect die. And that means So my armor points are reduced to 0 and the overflow damage is reduced from the HP. So Nash goes down. And the thing is, but let's do Loola first. So Loola goes no, and fueled by rage, she shoots with her blaster. 20, but there are no crits in this game, but 3 plus 2, that is 5, taking the Quarry to 4 hit points. So, but now, the good thing is, so she acted as well. She was the last one to act. Nash is down. So now a new round, I go, you go. She will just go again. Hopefully she can take out the Quarry now. Quarry's at 4 hit points. She just needs to hit, basically. And she does for 8. 6 plus 2, yes. So finally we have a little success. So pew, she goes, no, pew, pew, pew. And she shoots until, I don't know, the armor is destroyed and the Quarry goes down. But she immediately goes, Nash, and tries to stabilize him. And the thing is now, at the end of a round, if one or more of your characters are reduced to 0 HP, you roll twice for enemy Renown. So the enemy has a chance to actually get 2 points of Renown and increased odds of getting 1 Renown. No, so she stabilizes him. Come on, we gotta cash in. Yeah, it hurts. I need a doctor. Yeah, we'll get you to a doctor, but first, let's cash in this bounty before someone comes and snatches the bounty away from us. Okay, so we take the bounty to an Imperial Office of Criminal Investigation, or the Quarry, and we finally cash in. So now we are at 2 Renown, 12,900 credits. But now the round ends, and now I roll twice for enemy Renown. First one, yes, gets a Renown. Second one, yes. Okay. So, and that brings the enemy to 6 Renown. So we start a new round, and at the start of the new round, characters that they were reduced to 0 HP, so this is a little buff, start with half their hit points. And that's 10. Which is not too bad, actually. So yeah, I play this one more round. So we start the round movement phase, optional movement phase. I do not want to move, even though I don't like the Empire. The system is also pretty safe from scum, then obviously, and people that want to hurt us. So we gotta see if we can do something with the money here. But first, planetary encounter, military blockade, uses its own table. So let's roll it. It's a D12 planetary encounter. Military blockade encounter table, D12. What did I get? A 2. All right, so 2 is a bounty hunter. Bounty hunter has taken interest in you, but if you're not wanted, nothing happens, and we are still not wanted. So this bounty hunter actually was here to also look for the Quarry. Okay, so let's, you know what, let's just play a little scene here. I mean, it's all fun and games, because so we collected the bounty. So we are approached by this bounty hunter wearing medium combat armor, and the bounty hunter goes, because we also got 2 Renown, so the bounty hunter goes, I gotta congratulate you. You are the crew that collected the bounty of 12,000 credits for this fugitive here, right? And Loola goes, yeah, that's us. You beat me to it, but I congratulate you out of professional courtesy. Good job. The galaxy is safer now that this scum has gotten what it deserves. Well, thank you. It is appreciated. Good luck to you and to you. And the bounty hunter leaves. And Loola goes, see, Nash? Bounty hunters are not as bad as you always say. Yeah, if you don't have a price on your head, that is. But in our line of work, and you should know that too, it is just as easy to be at the other end of the barrel. Yeah, maybe you're right. But it's up to us. We can decide what to do. Yeah, but usually the things that are not legal are the things that are most lucrative. Yeah. Okay, so since we got money now, and Nash goes, I know where you're getting at. Don't tell me you still haven't enough gambling. I feel lucky. I mean, I can double the money. Yeah, you said that before. Come on. All right, so do me a favor, right? So let's split the money. I mean, we collected 12,000, and if you must gamble, please limit it to 6,000. Okay. So, planetary actions. Last planetary action phase of this game. Loola once again tries her hand at gambling, and she bets a wager of 6,000 and goes, but if I win, the winnings are also mine. Yeah, of course they are. But you have gambled away 20,000 credits so far from our collective fund. So I think it would be only fair that if you win, the money goes back into our fund. Yeah, maybe you're right. Okay. It's more because of the thrill than the money, you know? Yeah, you said that. Okay, so planetary actions, gambling. Let's do it again. And I tweaked this challenge a little, so now it's only a 312. It was a 315 before. I figured that a little high, so it is an average of 4 per check that you need to get, which is still, depending on your effect die, not easy. So now it is a gambling challenge of 312 using charisma interaction, and Loola wages 6,000 credits and goes, well, Nash, watch and learn. Yeah, like I've done in the past. So she gambles. It is charisma. She's got +3, and interaction. She's got a d12. So for a first level starting character, it is as good as it gets. So please, come on, Loola. Yes, look at this. There are no crits in this game, but 11 on the effect die. So the first check reduces the hurdle points to 1. So she's got a perfect hand. Idiot's Array sweeps the floor with the other contestants. So they're a little bit pissed, but the game is not over yet. Come on, Loola! Second check. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. It's a 2. So if I lose now by 1, come on, it's +3, so I only need a 7. So I only have a 30% chance. If I roll a 6, it's not enough. 6 times 5%, 30% chance to fail. 70% chance to win, because I roll at least a 1 on the effect die. But you know how this goes. I can't look. Come on, Loola. Yes. Whew, lucky. 12 and 7. So now finally 6,000 credits, and we have agreed they go into the pool. So we are at 18,900. But since we did not wager 10,000 credits, we do not get a renown. But we still have another planetary action left. And just for the heck of it, Nash will buy a fancy luxury item for 10,000, which leaves us at 8,900, at least giving us one more renown. So we can say, okay, we lost 3-6. So, but let's wrap this up with some role playing. So, damn, Loola, why didn't you play like this before? I don't know, but I told you, felt lucky. Okay, so what do you say? They have nice shipyards here. Do they have nice shipyards in Kessel? No, I don't know, but no, let's just say, what do you say? A nice little chrome hull coating for the Silver Angel, so that the appearance fits her name. Yeah, why not? Well, I made a few inquiries with the shipyards here. It's not it. It's 10,000 credits, but it'll look perfectly, and everybody will know the Silver Angel. And Loola goes, well, this can also be bad, but yeah, why not? Let's do it. All right. So I'll have them apply the coating. Okay, so we get this nice chromium hull finish. Think the Naboo Royal Starships. This is how the Silver Angel looks now. A very fancy ship, and everybody goes like, damn, that's a nice ship. So that gives us a renown. So we are at 3. And then we go, but what do you say, Loola? The last couple of days in this region of the Outer Rim, they haven't been very profitable for us, and we weren't very lucky. Maybe we got some bad karma in this area. You think we should head someplace else for a while? Yeah, I think we've been to a lot of those planets here in this area. Let's see what's out there. Maybe we are lucky in, or we have better luck in a different area of the Outer Rim. Yeah, I mean, we can come back if we want. Yeah, but let's try our luck someplace else for now. So we leave this area of the Outer Rim and go about our business on some other area of the Outer Rim to maybe return. All right, so this wraps up this little playtest of Streamlined Superheroes. So I want to give you my final thoughts and verdict. So the verdict is, I definitely love this system. It totally gets out of your way, and it has the potential of becoming one of my favorite systems. And I'm not saying this because I'm friendly with John and we support each other and our fellow YouTubers. I really mean this. I mean, it was flowing like a breeze, and it totally got out of the way, and I think it's a fun mechanic with the effect die. So thank you, John, for designing this wonderful system, and I think you can throw whatever genre you want at it, and it'll be able to handle it. I will definitely use it again, also in my private off-camera games, and in my superhero Better Fallcrest game, but I don't know when that will start. But definitely, so the verdict is great system, had a lot of fun, absolutely gets out of your way, and is very flexible, and just a great system. So that is the verdict, and I really enjoyed this game. I mean, I enjoy these types of, I call them like board role-playing games or role-playing game light, because they do a lot of heavy lifting for you. It's just, you just roll some dice, push some tokens around, so very relaxing. You can do it after a long work day, but in combination with this system, I enjoyed it even more because it was just so easy going. And because I had so much fun, I have an announcement to make. So actually, I wanted this to be just a personal project, but I will put this out on Drive-Thru-RPG after I've tested it some more off camera, not in a detailed playthrough, but I'll do some sample jobs and some sample combats and stuff to see how it works, and if there's something that needs tweaking. But probably by the end of the week, I will get this out. So if you are interested in trying this out for yourself, you can pick it up. You can see I've already removed the copyright infringing elements of the game, because if it's not just a personal, so Loola is not a Twi'lek anymore, because Twi'leks are copyrighted. So but I think you can see the resemblance. So yeah, I made some adjustments. So whenever there is Loola featured, it'll be like a different Loola that's not that has no resemblance to Twi'leks. So the serial numbers are filed off, and I will do a dedicated product showcase video as well, but I will definitely put this out because I figured, yes, I call this now the Outer Fringe line of games, because it will be the third game in this line, and they all share the same DNA. So first we had like the original Outlaws in the Outer Fringe, which uses the 2d6 C-Voice engine. Then we have the Shadow Dark conversion, and now this. But I figured, hey, I'll be transparent about it. Yeah, that it is the same, that those games share the same DNA, and that they also obviously share the same mechanics and encounters, and even large parts of the same text. But if you look at the Tiny D6 books, they also share the same, basically text adjusted for different genres. And I'll be transparent about it. I will put up a preview and a video, so you can decide if you want to get this, or if you're not interested in these Outer Fringe kind of games. And I will price this at $2.49, so a little cheaper than Streamlined Superheroes, because you will need both. This will not be a standalone product. This will be a expansion plug-in mod, call it what you will, that does not give you the Streamlined Superhero rules. You need these. So with Streamlined Superheroes and this, you will have a package slightly under $6 that hopefully provides you with a lot of fun. So so that's the plan. So I will put this out on Drive-Thru-RPG for $2.49, maybe by the end of the week. So but I'll let you know when it's ready. And so enough self-promotion here. I hope you liked this this little playthrough, this little showcase. Like I said, I really enjoyed it. I thank you for watching. Next video I will go back to the Shadowlands campaign. And then, by the end of the week, I will take an extended break because I'm going on a vacation. It is summer break here in Germany and kids are out of school next week and we go on vacation again. So then I will be taking another longer break from creating videos. But I think you manage. There are plenty of creators out there that do great solo stuff. All right, so thank you for watching. And as always, stay safe and stay healthy and have a nice evening. Till next time, bye-bye.